Hi, hello, namaste. This is Gagan. Welcome back to my channel Pargi Ivakudu. In this video, we are going to explain about quadratic polynomials. Now, what is meant by polynomial? An algebraic expression involving variables with non-integral powers is called polynomial. Yes, coming to the point, what is meant by polynomial? An algebraic expression. Now, algebraic expression formed with the combination of variables and constants by their operation of addition and subtraction. Now, let us discuss about what is meant by constant. Now, constant is nothing but a symbol which has a fixed value. A symbol which has a fixed value is nothing but constant. Now, we are going to explain about what is meant by variable. Variable is nothing but a symbol which can take various numerical values is nothing but variable. Examples A, B, C and so on, X, Y, Z. Now constants 1, 2 and so on. Constants is nothing but numericals, numbers. Variables nothing but alphabeticals. Now what is meant by term? Term is nothing but a constant alone or variable alone or their combination of variables and constants by their operation of multiplication and division is called term. Term is nothing but x is one term, 100 is also term. This is also one term, this is variable term, this is constant term. Or the combination of multiplication and division with variable and also constant is nothing but term. Algebraic expression made up of variables and constants by their operation of addition and subtraction is nothing but algebraic expression. Now we are going to explain about what is meant by polynomial. What is meant by polynomial? An algebraic expression involving variables with non-integral powers. Non-integral powers is nothing but which will become negative. Doesn't negative. How like it will look like? -2. The power value doesn't come negative. Now suppose listen here x power -2. This is not a polynomial. Why? Because we are calling it this is negative term. So that's why the power is negative. The value here we are telling non-integral. This is not a polynomial. Now x square, the power is negative here and the power value is positive. So that we are calling as polynomial. Now x power 1/2. This is also we are not calling as polynomials. Now 1 by x. Now 1 by x, this is also not a polynomial. Why? Because the the variable is in denominator. So that's why we are not calling as polynomials. Now what is meant by quadratic polynomial? Now here what is now this value is called a degree. Degree, we need degree first of all. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, degree of polynomial is 2, then that polynomial is known as quadratic polynomial. Now example is x square. Now here degree is 2, so that's why we are calling as this is quadratic polynomial. Now if the degree of the quadratic polynomial is 2, then that polynomial is said to be a quadratic polynomial. Now we are going to expressing about standard form of quadratic polynomial. What is the standard form of the quadratic polynomial? Is ax square plus bx plus c. Here a comma b comma c belongs to real numbers. A will not becoming 0. Here a should not equal to 0. Then that polynomial is said to be a quadratic polynomial. Now x cube. This is also polynomial, but this is not a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because the power is 3. Now 2x. 2x is a quadratic polynomial? No, 2x is not a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because the power value is 1 here. So that's why this is also not a quadratic polynomial. Now, see 2x power 2. Now, this is a quadratic polynomial. Why? Because the degree is 2 here. Now, in this, like these terms we are calling as, quadratic polynomials. Quadratic polynomials. Stop. Now the question is how to find out the roots or zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Here degree is 2. So that's why there are two zeros. Here the degree of the quadratic polynomial degree is 2. Now how many zeros will become means for quadratic polynomial? 2 will be. Now one is we are calling as alpha, another one is we are calling as beta. Now the question is asking like this. Now one problem I am writing x square minus 5x plus 6. This is one polynomial. Now for this polynomial, how to find out the zeros of the quadratic polynomial? By factorization method, or by using formula method, or by graphical method. Now I am explaining graph. For this polynomial, if you draw the graph means in a Cartesian plane, if you draw the graph for the quadratic polynomial, it will look like a parabolic shape. Now this is a quadratic polynomial. What is the graph of quadratic polynomial means? Parabola. Parabola means it looks like a U shape. The graph will touches exactly at 2 point or 1 point, or maybe it will not real solution. Now for this problem, what are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial? How to find out the zeros of the given polynomial? Now by using factorization method, how to solve? Suppose I am writing as x square minus, instead of 5x I am replacing minus 3x minus 2x. Minus 2x minus 3x, which will become minus 5x plus 6. Now in the two terms, x is the common term. In the first term is remaining term is x. In the second term is remaining term is minus 3. This is close. Now in the third term and fourth term, in these two terms, minus 2 is the common term. If minus 2 is common means in the remaining term is x. Here plus is there, here minus is there. Plus into minus, minus into minus plus. Now 2 3 is 6. Now what you observe means in the two terms x minus 3 is the common term. So that's why we are writing only one term. So that's why x minus 3 and x minus 2. These are the factors. We are calling as factors. Now again we need to find out the zeros. Now how to find out the zeros of the given polynomial means we need to equating with 0. The factor will become equating with 0. Why? Because we are equating with 0. Now we need to find out the zero of the polynomial means we should equating with the 0. Now x minus 3 is equal to 0. Another one. X minus 2 is equal to 0. Now x minus 3 is equal to 0 means x minus 3 is transposed to right side, which is equal to 3. The value is positive value, x is equal to 3. Now minus 2 is transposed to right side means it will become minus 2 goes to the right side means transpose means plus 2. Now what are the zeros of the given polynomials? X is equal to 3, x is equal to 2. These are the 2 and 3 are the zeros of the given polynomial. Now here x is also positive, x second value also positive. Now the graph will coming at first quadrant. In first quadrant the values are positive only. The graph will touches exactly at 2 points. Now we discussed how to find out the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. We discussed one more method is there to finding zeros of the quadratic polynomial. That is the Indian mathematician Sridharacharya given extraordinary formula x square, the ax square plus bx plus c. For that polynomial, a formula is given x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This formula is given by Sridharacharya. Now for this any polynomial we can use this formula, we will get the solution. Now we are going to find out nature of roots. Nature of roots. What? For what? For quadratic polynomial, what is the nature of roots? Now first value is now exactly that is discriminant or delta. Now discriminant value b square minus 4ac. For this, now first condition is if delta value is greater than 0. Is greater than 0 means more than 0. More than 0 means nothing but 1, 2, 3 and so on, positive values. If delta value is greater than 0, the graph will touch us exactly at 2 points. It have two solutions. One is the roots are real and distinct. If delta value is greater than 0, the roots will become real and distinct. Distinct means different. Now one is minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, or minus b minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now from this, what you understand means if delta value is greater than 0, the roots are real and distinct. Now the graph will touch us exactly at 2 points. How many solutions? 2 solutions. How many solutions? 2 solutions are 2 zeros. 2 zeros are we are calling as roots. We are calling as how many roots for the given quadratic polynomial means if delta value is greater than 0, how many at most solutions are maximum solutions? 2 zeros. Now the second statement is if delta value is equals to 0, now what will delta is equal to 0 means if roots are real and equal, the graph will touches exactly at 1 point. If delta value is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. The graph touches exactly at 1 point. How many zeros means? 1 solution. 1 0 or 1 solution. Now for this direct roots are real. Now the formula is x is equals to minus b by 2a. We can use this formula for the given polynomial. If delta value is greater than 0, now we can what are the roots means? The roots are real and distinct. If delta value is equal to 0, the roots are real and equal. The graph will touches exactly at 1 point. It will have 1 solution. X is equal to minus b by 2a is the formula. If delta value greater than 0, the roots are real and equal. The graph will touches exactly at 2 points. Graph touches exactly at 2 points. Now in this nature of roots, last case is delta value is less than 0. Delta value is less than 0 means discriminant value b square minus 4ac value is less than 0. Less than 0 means nothing but negative values. The delta value is less than like minus 1, minus 2 and so on. If delta value less than 0 means nothing but negative values. If delta value negative will become means no, it have no real roots. It will have no real roots. Now after discussing complex numbers, it will have complex conjugate to each other. Complex conjugate to each other means a plus ib or a minus ib. This is the formula for the given problem. Now the graph not touching x-axis. The problem is in x-axis. Means the graph will not touching x-axis. That means the graph looking like this. The graph is not touching like this. Okay, now. What is the shape of the given diagram? Parabolic shape. parabolic shape, parabola. It will have no real roots. Now for this also we can use this formula minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now starting only I said for any quadratic polynomial we can use this formula minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now again we are going to discussing what is the nature of the roots. First one is if delta value is greater than 0. Second one is delta value is equal to 0. Third one is delta value is less than 0. If delta value is greater than 0, the graph will touches exactly at the 2 points. The roots become real and distinct. It will have how many solutions? 2 solutions. Now second case is delta value is equal to 0. The roots are real and equal. The graph will touches exactly at 1 point. It looking like this. The graph touching exactly at 2 points. The graph will touches exactly at 1. Here 2 zeros. Here 1 0. Here the graph will not touching x-axis. This is the nature of the roots of the given quadratic polynomial. Again we are going to discuss next session. Okay, thank you.